Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to BARCastTV. It is April 18th, 2023. We have another BARCast Daily for y'all, so let's go ahead and get into the replay. Today we have two players who are no stranger to the channel, sitting up way high on the leaderboard. I'll go ahead and introduce them. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, playing as the red pieces, it's Randy. And his opponent, spawning in the top right side of the map, playing as a blue Armada commander, it's Raghna. So really trying to feature these high-level players for y'all. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you want to see more matches like this, more BARCast dailies. It really lets me know what to focus on, and I really appreciate the feedback y'all have been leaving me. So thank you for that. I'll go ahead and introduce the map here as these two players get on with their opening build orders. This is, goodness, I forgot the name, Ravaged. Really cool 1v1 map, actually. A lot of interesting topography features here. We've got some craters in the center of the map that prevents unit rotations. We have these interesting plateaus in the center of the map that give you a little ledge to build radars, LTTs. You could drop units up there, put artillery. So pretty cool feature. And then, of course, we have these sunken low grounds and high ground plateaus on either side of your player's map. So pretty interesting map. Has a lot of nice features to rotate your units around. A lot of choke points to build LLTs. So pretty cool map. I really enjoy playing 1v1s on this, and I hope y'all are going to enjoy the game on this map today. So let's go ahead and look at these opening build orders from both our players. Take a look at Randy first. Looks like he's gone for the triple mechs into bot lab here, so pretty standard. He's going to open up with a grunt first here, so he's looking to get some harassment possibly done on his opponent's side of the map. And Raghna, classic Raghna fashion, playing super greedy with his mechs this year. He wants to get as much mass as possible, and is going to be moving into this vehicle plant. So Armada vehicle open. I'm not sure if I see this a whole often a lot, but really enjoy the vehicle versus bot matchup. So something I need to learn myself, and possibly we'll all learn something here today. Looks like Raghna's asking, did you think those ticks were Centurions, by the way? This is, for those of you who don't know, these guys play a lot of matches together, and I want to say this is maybe the third or fourth match they played today on this map. So I was looking through the replay archive, found this one, and decided to cast it for y'all. So just want to get these best macro games. I know some of those shorter games might be a little more intense or be more explosive, but I prefer watching macro games. I'm not sure how y'all feel about that. Please leave a comment in the leave a comment for me. Let me know what kind of games y'all like to see. You like those longer macro matches? You like team games, 2v2s, 4v4s, and it really lets me know what to focus on. So while this game's getting underway, I'd like to offer an invitation to anyone who wants to submit a replay for Roast My Replay analysis. I'll take a look at your game. Just leave in the subject line, Roast My Replay, and attach the MLX file, and I'll take a look and see if it ends up on the channel. So you could end up in the next episode. Furthermore, I know some of you voted for seeing more team games on the channel, and that's something I haven't forgotten about. So once again, if you have a good team game you want to send me in a replay, I'd be happy to cast it for you. So it makes my life a little easier. I know there's a lot of 8v8 games on the replay servers, so helps me really kind of navigate through that server and pick out the best kind of video if y'all just send it to me. So go ahead, send me your replays. I'd be happy to cast them. So enough of that. Let's take a look at the player main bases here. We see Randy really has a lot of build power in his main base. He's got these triple construction bots assisting the factory. He's got one construction bot expanding on the south side of the map, and I love this radar positioning here. Look at this coverage you get from this radar positioning here. Just so perfect. Looks like he's going to be even adding a more forward one on the top side of this plateau. And has moved his commander in the center of the map. And this is a nice little cheeky solar collector wall. I really like this placement here. Provides some line of sight defense against this LLT, for this LLT turret. And Randy's also expanding this plateau, so excellent open. Really like to see how these guys play. They, show us the way. Meanwhile, his opponent Raghna has got 5 construction vehicles assisting this vehicle plant. He's producing blitzes. Expanding to the south south level with his commanders adding on LLTs. So great job capping these mexes, protecting him with those LLTs, and he's moving across the map with a couple of scouts there. I missed that, but you know, Randy's too good, cleans it up before he gets any damage done, and Raghna's just sharking around with these fast-moving scouts, looking for damage, looking for openings. I'm sure if he thought Randy was on that plateau, he'd be sending these blitzes over there, but for now, just gonna have to contest the center of the board here. He's leaving his units in the middle. Let's see what he's gonna do with this commander. It looks like he's just moving to this little center part of the island. He's gonna be capping these mexes here. I'm sure he's gonna be adding on some radars and LLTs, but look at Randy's commander. He's stepping forward. He has these 3 LLTs he can retreat back to in this really nice forward radar, so that's gonna give him information if his commander's in danger, and still just adding on even more radars here. So great play. You don't want to be in the dark against your opponent when you're moving around so far forward with your commander. And it looks like Randy's going to be splitting the map vertically here, so he's looking to cut the map in half along that axis there. And let's see how Raghna is able to respond to this. We've got a nice run by forming here with some blitzes. He's going to take out our radar and not push up farther the hill. Too many grunts to fight against, and may end up losing these blitzes. No, too good. Is able to retreat. Runs to the cover of the map shroud and is able to retreat, fight another day. So that's one key feature of these high-level players is they don't really throw their units away. They look for openings. They take good engagements. They don't fight when they're at a disadvantage. So let's see how this fight goes down here. We've got blitzes versus grunts here. And Raghna is just posturing. He doesn't want to take a direct engagement. That's a lot of grunts here. So he's going to run back up to his high ground plateau and is expanding with this double construction bot. I love these double construction bot expansion gangs here. They let you get these mexes up so much faster. You can get your LLTs up way faster. And Randy, sitting in this low ground here, it's very vulnerable to these high ground shots, but it looks like he's just trying to get these mexes capped. He's adding on a lot of LLTs. We can see he's got an LLT queued up on this high ground, and then he's going to be retreating back to his own plateau with his commander. So really great move, just diving up to the north of the board, and we can see this map control difference here. Randy has cut this board in half nearly. And we'll take a look at the statistics so far. Randy's up almost 1.3k mass, so that's a great job. 7 minutes into the game. That's a lot of tanks. For those of you who don't know, we'll take a look at these unit costs. These blitzes are about 109 mass apiece. And I believe the grunts are 37, 36? So 36 mass apiece, so nearly 3 times the mass cost between these two units. And I think I had someone commented about these blitz versus grunt micros. He was asking about, do these grunts actually outrange the blitzes? And wish I could find the range on these unit cards here. I'm not sure exactly where it's at. Well, we'll take a look at these unit interactions and see how these two players are choosing to take the engagements. If these grunts actually outrange the blitzes. I know they have the same movement speed, so really makes taking engagements a little bit tricky. We have an attempted run by here on the top side of the map, running into an LLT, and that's going to force Randy to retreat. And he's continuing to add on LLTs with his commander, so he's got a nice little bulk of these sitting here in this low ground, so he can retreat. He can retreat north or south to protect his commander if he gets dived on, so great job. Really want to protect your commander this far into the game. You can get surrounded so easily. They're so paper thin, and it looks like Randy's moving into thug production, so these are great units. They're tanky. They have a decent range. Lower movement speed, but really if you're pushing your opponent, they're a backbone of your army, backbone of your T1 army as Cortex, so really want to support these with anti-air, some rocket bots, some grunts, and these are what's going to give you the staying power to fight here against those vehicle opens, so they can go toe-to-toe with tanks. And we see Raghna's already have some Janus out, so these have these slow-firing tracking missiles, but they do great damage, great AoE damage, and has already made a couple artillery, so nice job diversifying his unit composition here. It's going to give him a way to pressure his opponent from afar. He's got these artillery that can definitely outrange any LLTs, and that can be a headache for any player who's really entrenched himself with these LLTs. So if you think you're safe with these LLTs standing next to it with our T1 army, you are sadly mistaken. Your opponent can spam those artillery and really do some damage on you. You can see he's moving these forward. I'm not sure if this is intentional or not, or if that's just an auto fire. But he's stepping forward with these artillery. He's going to be retreating back as soon as he notices his opponent moving towards him. We can take a note of Raghna's radar positioning here. We can go to the player view. We can see he's got a nice radar here in the center of the map. We can take a look at a lot of what his opponent's doing, and look at this. Raghna's got a mine sweeper, mine layer out, so he's going to be laying down these light mines. Haven't seen these utilized too much, and I want to say this is a sleeper unit here. Gives you, I want to say these give you map vision. So just like in StarCraft with these vultures, you know, you can lay mines all across the map, choke up the units, prevent them from doing run-bys, give you great map intel, map awareness. So I really like this play, and I'm sure we'll be seeing more of these made and incorporated into the game as this develops here, as players realize the strength of this mine layer. So really trying to protect his main base here. He's got mines totally choking off each of these run-by locations, so great job. But meanwhile, Randy is moving a lot of thugs up to this middle side of the board. Is he going to be attempting to push up onto that high ground here? And we can see Raghna is shelling this entrenched position from afar. He's got these artillery targeting these LLTs. One solar collector already goes down. We can see just how effective these artillery shots are against... What was that? Saw Randy's got this Juno up. It's this is a pretty cool little unit here. It fires these missiles that do, I want to say like EMP damage. It reveals units in this circle here. It prevents these stealth towers from being effective. I'm not sure if Raghna actually has one made yet, but pretty cool unit. Definitely like a defensive measure. Definitely a utility piece of any commander's army here. So we see these thugs are continuing to rotate around the top side of the map. He's going to be pushing into Raghna's minefield. We'll take a look at how that fares for him. And we have this little 3 Juno double artillery hit squad here. It's going to be putting even more pressure on these LLTs. So Raghna doing a good job of trying to clear his opponent out of this little central part of the map. See Randy's commanders move back into the main base, not before adding on a couple energy converters here in the middle of the map. He's really trying to get the most economy out. We'll take a look back at the statistics here. We see Randy's just up by about 2.2k mass, so not the worst deficit here, 12 minutes into the game, but it's definitely an advantage to Randy. I'd say I'd give him the advantage in this map. He's got both of these low grounds secured. He's got a lot of LLTs on this top side, so that's going to be hard to push him off of that as Raghna. What is he actually doing? Is he teching? Yeah, he has an advanced vehicle plan out, so he's already moved on to T2. He's got some anti-air up in his main base. That's going to allow him to protect these advanced metal collectors he's going to be making with his T2 construction bots. So already trying to go to that T2 phase of the game. Wow, perfect missile. Look at that. Just destroys the LLT. All the mines are cleared for these thugs. That was a great move in game sense. I'm not sure if he knew those mines were there, but that was a great game sense. Firing that missile with the Juno, and we can see just how effective that is against, you know, stealth units. So really great play. Do those cost energy or mass? I'm not sure if like these create the missiles over time, and yeah, I think it actually is. And look at this construction gang, and both players have moved to T2. So Randy's gone ahead, moved into this advanced construction, advanced bot lab, and is making some Sheldon mobile artillery shots. And look at the range on these units. They're fast moving. Those shots move quickly across the map, and he's already built a radar bar to tag along with these Sheldon, so it's going to give him vision. And it looks like Randy's just choking off this top side of the map. He doesn't want to dive in with these thugs. He just wants to prevent any run-bys. Wants to force his opponent to attack into the center of the board where he has the majority of his forces. It's where his factory build power is moving into, so great job. And let's take a look at what Raghna's going to be producing out of this advanced vehicle plant. It's going to be making the Hound, so pretty comparable to the Shelton. It's just this mortar bot. Shoots quickly. It's got great range. Can definitely outrange these T1 point defense, and takes out a beamer. Is going to be going after some more sentries here, so trying to clear out the center of the board with these Sheltons, and I'm sure Raghna's going to be moving up with these Hounds. Try and contest this pressure from his opponent. See, Raghna's trying to secure this plateau. Does he have a construction bot up here still? Looks like he moved it back down. And we have a T2 armies fighting against each other, so these Sheldons are backing away. Wonder if he sees these Hounds moving up into position. So just some Hounds and Blitzes sharking around the middle of the map, and this is a pretty sizable T2 army already forming here. We've got 1 radar BARC, several grunts, a lot of Sheltons, 6 Sheltons, 7 Sheltons already made, so we can see how he's able to pressure his opponent. He's forcing him to move back. Raghna stepping back, trying to find a counter to this. Looks like he's continuing to make these hounds. And I will say the one advantage to Raghna is he's got this, he's got his T2 mexes already building, so great job increasing his economy, that T2 phase of the game. And we have another Juno shot coming out. He's going to clear this field. He's going to reveal this to his opponent. Take out any mines, take out any stealth units, and we have a run by here on the south side of the map. Can he actually shoot down and kill these LLTs without them being able to fire back? I'm not sure. It looks like Raghna's moving some grunts into position to try and counteract this. A couple scouts run to their doom, moving into the Shelton army, and we have some fiends making their way out into the field. So these are some great fast assault bots. They have deal decent damage, but they have such a high movement speed for this T2 phase of the game. And Raghna's continuing to shell this position from afar with these Sheltons. So I'm wondering how Raghna's going to respond. He's making more hounds. Is he going to flank this army? Yeah, he steps forward. He takes a couple shots at these fiends. They're going to step forward, and they run into these pop-up lightning turrets, and those are pretty effective against these fiends. We'll see just how good they are against these hounds. So all the fiends end up going down. We see another shot comes out, reveals. This is great use of this unit. I'm sorry, what is this called? Yeah, it's the Juno. So great job shooting those missiles, clearing out any stealth units, clearing out any mines, just having the game sense to fire those missiles into areas he's running into. You see these Sheltons are doing so much damage. We have 1 construction turret here in the middle trying to repair these units. Great job utilizing that repair feature in this game. And we have even more Sheltons, so continuing to mass these Sheltons. We're up to 13 so far with 26 kills. And Randy's going to be attack moving these into the center of the board, but I think he just wants to continue harassing and shelling this position here. There's really no need for him to push into the center of the board if he has so much of the map already locked down. We can see just how much of this map he has control over. Still has those thugs at the top side of the map. Fires another Juno shot into the center of the board. He's going to reveal all the units here. He's going to take out this sneaky Pete here. I think that, yeah, that totally destroyed it. That's going to force Raghna to reclaim those units. And we have the remaining grunts moving up on the right side of the board. He's going to be pushing back these hounds. Raghna, you got to get some more units on the field here. Looks like he's got a metal storage on the board. He reclaimed his advanced bot lab. I want to say he has a combat engineer. Yeah, so you can use these combat engineers to act as a factory for you. Just constantly produce units with your build power. And Raghna's getting pushed farther and farther back into his quarter of the map. Randy's got most of this map locked down. Pushing in with his Sheltons. Tying the noose. Raghna's pulling back with his commander. And finally these thugs are stepping forward to counter. Trying to flank these units, and we can see just how good these thugs are against these T2 units. You really got to use the range of these hounds to your advantage here. They definitely outrange the thugs here. So got to be able to kite those units as they step forward. And I think this game is about over here. We see Raghna's walking up back to his main base here. He's totally pushed back onto his side of the map. We have another Juno missile coming down. Reveals any of those mines. Those go off. Most of those thugs are going down, but we still have all these Sheltons here. They're starting to shoot onto this high ground here. And one of these our pop-up artillery is going to go down here. Raghna calls GG. Realizes the position he's in. Taps out. What a great game. I love to see how these players choose to open. I want to say Randy got a bit of an advantage in that early part of the game. He expanded so much faster than his opponent, and I really think that just propelled him into an advantage into that middle of the game. So he's able to secure both of these low grounds here, gave him a big mass advantage over his opponent. And not sure what Raghna could have done differently, but don't want to disparage his playstyle too much. Both these players are so much better than me, so we're just here to observe. We're here to learn. So thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next video.